So about being the center of attention, I hated this. I could not tolerate center of attentionness. And I feel that same anxiety, nervousness or something, but because of the work, all I do to not have to have it be a problem, but actually a strength, is that I be with one person at a time. In front of a group, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, I'm only with one person at a time. Only one person. And that makes all the difference. Because there is no speaking to the public. There's being with one person at a time. And in order for this to work, the listeners have to be available with soft gaze of kind regard. And that's what made this different. When I started doing this, I realized the first instruction is to the listeners. Because the problem with being a center of attention, the problem with anxiety, you think it's a block in speaking, but it's really a block in receiving the available listening. So the first instruction is for the listeners to always be available. It's like a listening meditation. Kind eyes. Be with the person. Hold the space for the person. That's all. And up here, the only job is to be with one person at a time. Now, I hope nobody has any plans on what to talk about. Maybe you have an idea, what you'd like to explore. But if you come up here with a very solid sense of what you're going to say, you'll lose the magic of the work, which is you don't need anything. I almost said you don't need nothing but grammar. You just need, if you can be open to the listening of one person at a time, you may not speak for a while. You may be in awe of the space or of the beauty of people. And it's not about having to speak, but if you just be with one person at a time, ultimately words will show up that you could not have planned or figured out.
Wow, I really just miss being with people. I've told Lee, the Zoom circles he leads are the most intimate Zooms I've ever had. You really feel people aren't doing many things at once, multitasking. They're really there and looking at the camera to let someone see all this facsimile stuff, but it's not this. Wow. I mean, I'm a philosophical fellow, so I'm always wondering, like, what is this experience? Being with other people, talking, for that matter, being alive, breathing. Where do my thoughts come from? I literally don't know what I'm going to say next. And that used to scare the bejesus out of me for public speaking stuff. And then, this guy came into my life and taught me the magic of, the thing I was terrified of is just such a metaphor for so many things in life. What if I freeze? What if I don't know what to say? Just hang. I mean, especially in these training grounds where you can do no wrong. It doesn't matter. Everyone knows what the fear is and still suffers from it or doesn't, but and then you do this. I've done this a lot, enough that like the audience is looking at me. What is he going to say next? What's going to go on? It's a hook. It's like, oh my God, I'm nervous for what's going to happen next. And it's a practice. It's unlearning all the traumas of my childhood, which I can go into. That's another talk. But it is a delight to be among my fellow human beings again in the same room.
I've been studying meditation for a long time and went through a teacher training during COVID, 2-year teacher training. And one of the pieces that really deepened my practice is the breath work. And even that comes, and it goes. We come in and take our first breath, have a whole bunch of them, hopefully, and then that last one, gone. It's so weird because I there's something about breath lately there's something about it that I still don't understand it fully. There's something about it that there's some magic in it. I guess I just have to wait and see what's coming with it. But there's something about when you really bring your attention to it over and over and over and over again and drop farther and farther and farther, what I'm finding is when I get to the base of it, and I can just release into that space, that's home. That's home. That's where I feel the safest. And I get to do that here. Right now in front of you. It's kind of amazing that I can be home. At any moment.